You talk about scaling income like it's a skill. What do you think is a 30,000 foot overview of a roadmap for someone to go from 50K to 500K, for example?
Within a job or within?
Yeah, I'll do within a job because I think otherwise it's create a company. Dot dot dot.
Yeah,
Sky's the limit.
right.
Let's do the hard version, which is inside a career.
Yeah. So you would have to be likely at a company that had, like, you're not going to make $500,000 a year in a business that makes $500,000 a year.
Right. Yeah.
Right. So it has to be in a
Google
business
or
that
something.
could, well, yeah.
Yeah.
And the thing is a lot of people don't know this, that there's plenty of businesses that exist that make 100 million, 200 million, $500 million a year that aren't on the S&P 500, and they do very well. And sometimes they're family-owned manufacturing businesses. Like, there's plenty of significantly larger businesses than people expect. So number one is I'd go to kind of if you wanted to make $500,000 a year, you'd probably be needing to work at a company that does minimum, call it 10 million a year, probably maybe 20 plus, to get that kind of level of compensation, unless you're a CEO. Now, beyond that, you basically want to tie yourself to the closest, basically as close to revenue as humanly possible. And typically you want to take on as much risk as humanly possible. So this is where you basically become an internal entrepreneur. And so what are the factors of entrepreneurship is, like, you are taking more risk. And so most companies, most people who are at least good business people, so I'll put a caveat there. If you said, hey, if I could bring an extra $5 million into the business, would you be willing to give me 10% of that? And if it's an extra $5 million, then most people would say, yeah, they would. And so it's always going to be a discount on the amount of money that you can make somebody else is what you're ultimately going to make, which also works the exact same way as an entrepreneur, right? Like, fundamentally, if you're B2B, then you're going to be trying to make a business make more money in some way, and they're going to pay you some smaller percentage of that. And if you do that for many businesses, you make a lot of money, right? On the business consumer side, well, this is all business. I'll just keep it there. So even within a business, you're still basically a service provider to the business itself. And so you just want to kind of think of yourself more as a vendor than as an employee, and thinking like, okay, in what way? And this is a wonderful exercise, by the way, which is, and for the business owners listening, it's also good. Can you clearly explain how what you do makes the company money? Sounds like a very simple thing to do, but if you go around and ask your customer service rep, how do you make us money? Now, you're a finance person. How do you make us money? You're a law. How do you make us money? Right? Actually walk around. And the thing is the people who understand business will very clearly be able to explain how each of those roles. Now, sales is an obvious one. Okay, well, if I don't sell, we don't make money. Sure. But like, many of these things are second or third order, consequences away from the primary revenue generation. And so if you can even articulate that and say, hey, I'm in customer success and our churn is 10%, and I want to lead this project that I think can cut us from 10% to 5%. If I get us to 5%, will you bump me to here? Right. And so all of that, though, is based on performance. And so you want to get into a situation where you can say, hey, I believe I can generate this much value. I would like to be, paid a small percentage of that. Are you open to it?
Yeah.
Now, if you're in a business where they're not willing to do that, then that's where I would say, okay, well, then it's very real to have capped upside, for sure. Like, there are for sure business owners will say no. And in that case, leave. I mean, I think it's a dumb move from a business owner perspective. Yeah. Now, there's also going to be well, I think I can do this. Okay, well, what resources are you asking me to put into it? How much money do I have to put in? How much time? So the more of that outcome you can own in terms of money and time, then the more of the upside you'll be able to unlock.
Yeah, I think that's smart. I think doing that ahead of time is a good strategy. A lot of people say, I did this and I earned all this money for the company and they gave me the 5% raise. I'm so pissed off. And I get it. I would be angry too. But I think the mistake is they didn't go in saying, I've got this initiative that is going to succeed. Can you commit up front? Because one, it's easier for them to commit when they currently have to pay you zero of that commitment. Yeah. And two, why am I going to pay you something where I'm not sure if you planned this or if you got lucky? Is it repeatable? I mean, I'm not sure.
You weren't the one who actually did it.
Yeah. Were you the one who did it, or did Tom, who just left 3 months ago, do it and he's not here to defend himself?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I'll just leave it at
that. Yeah. Yeah. The example that you were going to give might not be good on record. All right.